You're damn right I did that. 8 down. 8 down. 8 profiles. You hear him? You hear him? He's trying to talk smack on me and Cletus. What is he talking about? That was the highlight of the show. He got a little haywire. I'm not going to let somebody take me out like that. Not going to happen. I'm never going away, Patdees. Matter of fact, this show's going to go into watching Patdees. We're going to watch Patdees videos. We're going to make fun of them the whole damn time.
So first off, does he get a royalty for that every time he plays it? I hope so.
That's from like 2 years ago.
You're the only YouTube person I know that has a intro video that doesn't feature yourself.
Yeah, because I just love that when we used to banter. And if you guys remember when we were doing a late show back like 2 years ago, been doing this YouTube now, that was done 2 years ago because we were busting him about going live after us, and he was bantering on and on and on, and I wound up muting him and booting him, and he went live, and some of the other people saying he's live over there now, and we captured that. So
I remember that actually.
Yeah, I was wearing like a Hawaiian like style shirt and was using my son's computer in that family room when we were doing that. But I love it. I just love it. They're gonna make fun of me the whole damn time. So
work.
Yeah. So let me say how now, in case you guys are just coming in, and one thing I like now what they're doing, and they keep switching things up here on YouTube, is now they started a couple months ago allow us to put these surveys, and so basically just trying to gauge who's watching, and are you a reseller? So you just click yes or no, and there's like a timetable for when, like if I would have put it on last night, it would have expired already. So I've learned not to do that. So to basically start it right, before we go live and stuff. But let me real quick say hello to some of the people that are already here. I do appreciate. Now we are a little, full disclosure, we are a little. It's not really late because we used to go at 11, but when we were doing that before in the past, Fat Man the Flipper was going live at 9, and being a friend and not wanting to step on each other's toes and have the audience for both of us, we would go on after him. So he doesn't do shows no more on Saturday night. He's been doing shows sometimes on Sunday, and not even all the time. If you guys are following Alex, he is now not even going by Fat Man. He's going by That Man, and he has a lot of posts. He's lost like 150 pounds, and he's coaching and doing a lot of that type of stuff. So let me say hi to a couple people real quick. Here's Donna. And then it's official. I have a wrench now. And that's one of the things also that I've changed around with the wrenches is, I don't go live much. I've only been live probably about 10 times this year. And we were running into issues, honestly. Number one, I've made a rule from now on. I don't give wrenches if I don't know the person. If I don't know their name, I had people that I don't even know what they look like, and they had 2 wrenches. Or, there was a couple of people that had wrenches, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And I want to. And there was comments disappearing. And what I found out later is that if a comment is put on it doesn't even go into a review folder for me, being the channel owner, to review that. I can't even see it at all. So I kind of wanted to stop that, but so let me say hi again. A couple, never too old. Thanks for stopping. But what I'm doing is as people come in, and I don't want everyone to have a wrench, because I don't want to, that was a complaint actually before that said, oh, you only allow people to come in to have wrench. No, that's not the case at all. So, I hope no one takes it personal that, if I see, people come in that are regular wrenches before, I've been giving them wrenches and stuff like that. But hold on, I got someone knocking at the door here. Let me add this person. Hello. Hey.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, you're going to have the late show and not invite me?
No, we talked earlier. You said you were going to, I don't like to put pressure on you, but hold on a second, because I got somebody else, and this person has not been around for 2 years, and I asked this person,
I wonder.
yeah, if she could
Ooh.
stop in.
Hi.
Hey, boy, you know what's funny is Jason was all, and he admitted he was all pissy ass before the show started, and the minute that the ladies come in, his face turns red and he starts to smile.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, look at him there. Look at him.
Well, you know,
my God.
compared to Patdees mug, you know, things are brightening up.
Thanks, Jason, for shooting me the StreamYard. I actually got a hold of him a few days ago, along with Anita, and said, well, this isn't fair. Why is Patdees doing a late show?
Right.
The very last one of the year, and the ladies are not here. So here we are.
Well, I didn't want you
I
guys
know.
to feel pressure, and
It's busy right now. Like, life is crazy.
Mm.
Yeah. I was happy when Kim messaged me. I was like, yeah, of course. Very
Yes.
exciting. I haven't seen everybody here on this panel for such a long time. I miss everyone.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hello.
Yep, definitely.
so what are you ladies doing? Are you still resellers, or you know,
Yes.
Anita?
Of course, yes, of course. But I'm doing more auctions now. Before I was just doing the Etsy shop. Now I'm starting to do some auctions too. So a little of both.
Yeah. Let me real quick, and I don't want to jump over anybody because they came on earlier than I thought, and I appreciate them both stopping in. And T, auctions for you. Is this a drive-in movie? It can be. Thanks for stopping. Appreciate it, T. This is Dave Harrington. Hey, thanks for stopping. Ken Green. Seen a lot of some of the people that I haven't seen in a long. When you don't do these lives, some of them you don't get to talk to. Adventures with the Hudsons. I actually met them with the Jeebus's family last month. They drove in from Ohio, and thanks for stopping. Flipping Flamingos. Renee.
Hi, Renee.
And here's this guy.
Hi, John.
Are you? Yeah. Eric, are you making pizza?
Hey, pimping ain't easy. That's all I got to say.
Oh,
He said, "We."
Mike.
Either that or the glare will just blow everybody away. So a guy who's got to have a hat on.
Well, I isn't that sort of like a French beret?
Ah, it's like the old page boy school hat, you know.
Do you have a baguette under your arm?
No, but I do have a whole bottle of brand new Kentucky Spirit. So
Nice.
the good stuff.
Yeah. So if Eric gets out of line in the next half hour,
We know.
believable blessings. I don't recognize that name, so welcome to the chat. Appreciate it, Valerie. Thanks for stopping.
Hello.
And Donna, it has a requirement to get a wrench pizza. Yes, Donna. Bodolino's getting in the wings, breast, and thighs business down there. Yeah, yeah. She's a hustler. She's into everything. When she starts, she auctioned off chicken bones 2 years ago, and she had a buyer. How ironic, KT Treasures, welcome. Hey, John Jones, always. John, hey, thank you, John. John is always leaving comments on my videos, telling me how poor of a job I do when I'm missing things when I'm walking through the Salvation Army. Yeah.
Oh, he's not the only one that tells me that. So.
Yeah. Well, I featured this radio that was there the other day, and he's like, "Tell me you grabbed that." I'm like, "No, I just took a picture of it for my Instagram."
No, I'm just browsing today.
I bought some shirts and stuff like that, but I just felt, honestly, it was big and bulky, but it was so neat looking. But usually I get my spare parts and my electronics from a guy down towards Philadelphia, Jason Banana or something like that.
Yeah.
And Anita, you look beautiful with all the red on, but you look like you're going to like the Kentucky Derby with.
Yeah.
That hat is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wanted to do something festive today with the Reds.
Yeah.
It works. Sorry.
Do you remember when we did ladies' night and
Oh my God! Yeah,
That was fun. That was
that
fun.
was really fun.
and the boys dressed up with
Yeah,
their,
didn't you, I think Jason did you wear a big pink
Yes.
shirt or
Or
something?
hat. Yeah.
He still got it in the closet. He breaks
Just,
it out.
I
every now and then.
borrowed this from him.
Oh, did you? I figured. I thought maybe it was,
Mhm.
his style. It would actually match what he's wearing right now.
Mhm.
There you go.
A little red.
you know, another thing I don't know if I didn't notice before, but when you're trying to add mods, you can't do it in StreamYard, and I thought you could do it there before. So now I got to have both screens and kind of pay attention to both and how it works. So I've been kind of out of touch to it, but I said to the guys, hey, could we do one last show before the end of the year? Because next weekend I am going to actually be down in Virginia with the Jeebuses doing the Jeebus family Christmas.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, I've been buying toys throughout the year, and I said, hey, I wanted to do something, but I don't know. I saw what they were doing, and I'm friends with them, and they're doing it on a big level, and they're kind of doing the venting, people to come and this and that, and they're doing. I mean, they went the other day and basically closed down a Five Below for like 2 hours and bought lots of stuff. So
Wow.
yeah, so I'm going to be going down there. I'm going to be setting up like at 6:00 in the morning, and they're supposed to come. The people are supposed to start coming, I think 11 or 12. So we'll be down there for like. And last weekend we couldn't because I was hanging out with these two, Jason and Eric.
Yeah, it was an interesting weekend.
Yeah,
What's up? Do tell.
I never slept so good.
We were just. It was a strange situation. Jason bought a lot of stuff, and I got it halfway to my house, and then Pat picked it up and took it all halfway the rest of the way to Jason's house.
Okay.
Yep. Faster than Greyhound.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me that he was making
Well, Kimmy was supposed to do an auction last week, and actually had messaged me, and I was about an hour into sleeping, and I was like, I had to stop because I had been up for about 20 some hours, and so that's part of Patdees, the traveling picker. Now I'm like a delivery man, so
That's right.
yeah,
You need a U-Ship account.
that's right.
I see Schreiker in there. I don't have a YouTube chat up either.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and like I said, if you guys get a chance, answer the. Are you still doing? Anita? Are you still doing the jewelry hauls? and
Yes.
stuff like that? Yeah.
I am. I haven't done one in a while. It's been almost a month that I didn't get a chance to do because I've been so doing most of the auctions. But yeah, I am still continuing to do those, and I will try to do more in the next month. With the holidays, I'm just out right now. with the videos, I'm just gonna stop it until after January.
Right. Have you been finding that this holiday, as far as reselling, is much different from last year?
Yes, I've noticed that with the auctions, I'm doing better with the auctions, but as far as my Etsy shop goes, it is a lot slower than it was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are slowing down.
How about you, Eric?
Mine are about the same. I mean, I look at my end of the year totals and everything. I'm about the same as last year. I have considerably more items up this year than last year, though. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay that much attention to it. As long as the sales come in, I'm happy. So
yeah. How about you, Jason?
I don't know, really. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, because you switched. I mean, you basically went,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
gauge it, right?
Gauge it right now.
Right. Hey, T, auctions for you. Gave a $5 super chat. Here's some funds towards the delivery. Thank you, T. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's awesome.
What's nice about it, basically, I'll tell you the truth. I had Jason's credit card, so it didn't matter. He even bought me food. So.
Yeah, I don't know how you wiggled that into the bill.
No, that's
you had to eat regardless if you went or not.
Yeah, but I told you. I said that's part of the deal. You got to feed me. You're like, okay.
So I was on the road for 14 hours. You were on the road for about 16 hours. So yeah.
No, I was on the road for 2 days.
Oh boy.
Well, that's because you stopped everywhere and were buying stuff. Otherwise, you weren't doing a delivery run. You were also doing a buying run.
Well, whenever I stopped for gas, I got something to eat. So the $40 that he gave me towards food, I spent. Of course, it doesn't take long when you're out on the road. Oh, T, you got your shirts? Good. Yeah, real quick, I'll a plug. Basically, what I was doing is, and I'll show you this. And Jason, stop sighing. Here goes Patdees, a shameless plug. These were the shirts that came in. I have about 20 of them left, but basically, I'm selling these for $20 and using the money towards to go help with the Jeebus family. And then going into next year, I had made up some because these are the shirts that I'm doing all the time now. So after doing this for 3 years, I just figured it was time. And T Auctions for You, they each, her and her husband got a shirt. So thank you. They got there fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Warcraft, Ohio, thank you for stopping.
Donna.
Hey, Donatella. Donna, I'm surprised you're here because you told me sometimes you don't watch other resellers. Tonight, I'm not a reseller. Tonight, I'm just a host.
I'm sorry, Pat. Did you imply you were a reseller?
Yeah, well, that was kind of implied before because of me doing, when I've been on YouTube now for 3 years, and people don't realize how much and what it's so different actually doing YouTube now compared to 3 years ago. Because 3 years ago when I first started, I was doing a lot of interviews and wasn't doing a whole lot of and I wasn't that good at editing and I don't know. I didn't know what I kind of was doing more of a daily like vlog, I guess. And but I was doing a lot. I mean, I got 1,000 subs in 6 months and got all my watch hours. But I probably hosted at least 45, 50 different people. And that was a lot. Now
I don't remember ever being offered an interview. Do you remember ever being offered an interview, Jason?
No, I don't believe.
I don't remember that either. So yeah, that's interesting.
Well, yeah, but here's the difference, and I'm going to be upfront with you guys. Some of those interviews, those people came and went, and don't even say hello to me 6 months later. You guys are my friends. And we've hung out and we've done probably 20 shows together. I've been to your house. Yeah. I've been to Jason's. No, he won't allow me to come over to the house. So
my dog would eat you alive.
I've been to the warehouse. Thanks, Donatella, for the Chinese.
I've been to Jason's house. He invites me over all the time. What's up?
But Eric's good with dogs.
That's the thing with YouTube. What you find out too, don't ask, don't tell. Hey, that's your business. What I mean? A bunch of weirdos. What's that?
His puppies love me. I mean, I can't help that.
Oh, okay. Use the dog as Hey, Todd is in here. Pat is great but stinky at YouTube. Well, I'm trying to get better. But it is what it is. One thing I'm not doing anymore, and I made a decision. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I made after talking with Harry Tornado Josh, I basically was putting too much BS on my channel that had nothing to do with reselling, and sort of kind of, I guess, confusing YouTube's algorithm. What was I about? And I said, hey, if I want to make this work, I gotta just stay niche and focused on what reselling, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And actually what I'm seeing, it's not that the views are really going up, because even some of my older videos it's weird. They will all of a sudden one day take off, but I'm getting more per CPM than I was 6 months ago. So instead of, let's say, get $10 1,000, I'm getting like $14,000 1,000. I mean, not that that's much, because I only make about $90 a month, but I think I'm on the right path. I had some videos coming out last weekend. Did the video, and and Jason and Eric are always so gracious to allow me to. And I asked them, hey, like, yeah, you could film, and because I don't want to, expose anything money financially for them or what they're doing, but yeah, you could share it. So I told them, I said, hey, look, I'll share it in January because not a lot of people are going to watch YouTube over the holidays. So but I am going to do some YouTube footage over the holidays. But what I'm going to do is look back at some of the great guests I have on that, and that's going to be the feature. And then I'm going to put in some of the holiday messages that I got. I have like 50 of those. Now I've asked a couple people because of the camera quality to update those. Like I have Anita's still from back 2 years ago. So what I'm going to do is, put those in there. So let me see. As some people are coming in, I'm paying attention to the chat as much as possible. Yeah, Jason lives at it. We actually Sunday we had to go. I beat him though. I was there at 8:30 in the morning, and he wasn't coming until 10.
Right. For starters, Pat said he'd be there at 1 in the afternoon. Yeah. Just saying.
No, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, we only planned for a week for Pat to show up about 3:30, and he shows up at like 12:45. So.
Yeah, well, I what happened was I fell asleep. And then I got up at 1:30 in the morning, and I left the hotel at 2:15, and I hit the road. And I got back in Pennsylvania, where Jason's located, at 8:30, and called him. I said, "Hey, what time are you going to be at work?" I said, he goes, "Where are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm about 5 minutes down the road." Mm-hmm. I was all happy up until he told me to go to Five Below, and then I had an accident with the van. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I cost him a couple $100, and I almost basically wanted to park the van and just drive home, but we made it. But my wife is in here. Hello, she's watching me.
Hi, Denise.
Yes, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to get her to support me sometimes because she doesn't think I'm funny or interesting. After
she deals with you all the time.
I know. There's whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? Life of Kimberly.
I changed it back.
That's a whole show in itself.
Oh wow! Yeah.
That's what it used to be when I first started. I'm not I don't. What has it been the last time I put a video up? I think it's been almost a year.
Well,
really?
now
but yeah, I changed it back. It's easier to spell out, and it's what all my social media has been forever. Mm-hmm. So I changed it last week.
Well, now that you're trotting around between Colorado and Texas down there riding horses, I mean, you know what I mean?
Be careful what you say there, Pat.
Huh?
I noticed your icon is Texas.
I meant to change that back, but I was hanging out. I was hanging out in the green room. Change that picture. Yeah. Yes, I've been busy.
So Anita, I know, and please just let me know anytime that you need to go. You let me know, but you're welcome to stay the whole time. But I know you have something going on tomorrow.
Yeah, early in the morning. Yeah.
Do you have special holiday plans happening?
No, nothing yet. I'm actually thinking about going to San Francisco where my sister lives. We're probably going to do New Year's over there.
Okay.
But I am getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. How about you, Kimmy? What are you up to?
Working. Sort of eBaying.
Well, you were just down in Texas.
I was.
So yes. Are you going there again?
Hello.
Yes.
Well, now I mean, see, now I feel like I'm like a police sergeant grilling you the way that you're answering the questions.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Where's your spotlight, Pat?
That's right. Oh, right here. Wait a minute. Hold on. There you go.
I didn't do it. Oh wait, I did.
Kimmy? How are the kids doing?
They're good. They both switched schools towards the end of last year. And then started, actually in person. Lily went from a charter school to a public school, so that was pretty big change. But they're both doing good. And
Lily's driving now, right?
She is. Yes. Yes. No, she's actually a really good driver. I just can't believe that she's old enough to be doing that.
Well,
Makes me feel old.
this is what happens.
They do have a tendency to get that range. So
Yeah, I don't really like it. You know, she's like looking into colleges, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I want her to be little forever.
no, you don't.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You're right.
No, you don't.
I'm good on changing diapers. I'm glad that she's older.
Yeah, I've got them from 36 down to 18. I'm good. So
Right. That's great. That's great.
Stryker, he's so good at sharing people's channel, and I appreciate it. And I think he's teasing because because your old one says borderline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has any? I don't know. None of you guys sell on Amazon besides me, right?
No, but speaking of Amazon, I saw this morning that like something happened on Amazon. There's like 100 people trapped. I haven't heard anything.
Well, there was a big tornado that went through.
down in Mayfield, Kentucky, a tornado took out an Amazon warehouse, had a bunch of people working on it. So
yeah, that's all I heard. I mean, I saw it when I got up to go to work this morning. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I hadn't heard any, thing since. But they said all kinds of people were still trapped. Did they get the people out yet?
I don't listen to the news.
Anybody know?
So,
Anybody in the chat know? Somebody.
Well, there was I saw a candle factory. There's at least 50 dead in like this was like there's a lot. So
yeah, there's nothing worse than a tornado at night. You can't see it coming. It just happens.
Right. We don't really deal with that here in Denver, but I did live in smack dab central Kansas.
Oh,
So
wow.
Mike is saying he thinks exactly.
Wow.
Hey, Craig, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Craig.
And Craig showed up, and I always give Craig a wrench when he shows up. So there you go, Craig. Thank you, sir. I don't, like I said, I don't go live. I
thought
do
you were
plan.
being selective. I thought you were being selective.
I am.
Everyone that comes in, you get a wrench. You get a wrench.
No, just the normal people. I mean, we don't need everybody, but just the normal people.
Yeah. Just a few, some watch for trolls.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Warcraft, Ohio. Now, I feel bad because I don't know this guy's name. I'm looking back at YouTube over here on the side. It says my show is in 2 hours, so it'd be a nice place to relax before it begins. Yeah, there you go. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, please do. Daniel, yes. Wait a minute. The chat just jumped on me. The Amazon warehouse was in Illinois and St. Louis. People are missing across 6 states. Yeah, I know. Craig's not normal. Oh, geez, Donna. Donna has a lava lamp that she puts on that people go in there and chat. But Amazon, I've been having a lot of problems, and I was watching you guys the other day because now I see you guys are doing the you're doing the auctions with Scott, the bearded picker. Was that on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Central, or 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Yeah. We decided just to start it back up. I hadn't done it in over a year, and Jason had never done it. And we just thought it's a way for us to, kind of get rid of inventory that we're never going to get to because we've got tons of that type of stuff, and
right.
A chance for people to buy something that maybe they don't see in their area normally, and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Warcraft, Ohio. Just to his name is Will, by the way, and I've seen him chat. And since you asked, yep, 90 minutes to. Oh, he does sports cards. Oh, that's great because I like talking sports cards. And I'm actually going to be going to New York City next month and doing something with Topps with NFTs. So we're going to be bringing that subject up and talking with Blake Jamerson, who's done tremendous the last year. So I'm always
they're interesting. I don't really know if I understand them correctly, but you see a lot of people making a lot of money on eBay with NFTs. So
yeah, I mean Gary V's into it. I mean, obviously, I think like anything is hyped up, but it's like years ago when I had Bitcoin and I only had $20 of it, and I bought it at 7,000 and it went to like 14,000 and I sold it and it went back down to 10 and then I sold it again. But heck, I wish I would have kept it because, what was it recently? 50 some thousand.
I mean, there's kind of. I mean, I watched a couple of videos. I've watched a couple of people talk about creating NFTs, and I don't have time for that. I'm just so busy doing the other stuff.
Well,
I'm not right. I mean, I got plenty of time to do it. I don't think I have the creativity to do it. Let's be honest there. So.
Yeah, I think it's a thing for artists. So Todd is pointing out bearded auction, 4 hours, 6 items sold. Yeah, but every item is sold is at least $100.
We try to put lots together for people because to make it worthwhile and
right.
We do 4 or 5 items each. There's 3 of us, so you get 12, 15 items. And again, the money, it's having the vision to understand that when we sell something, if I sell something, I'm usually selling $300-400 worth of product on eBay that might sell for $60 or $70. So I mean, it's a way to source without having to leave your house, which is nice. So, and again, it's not bad stuff. I tend to not buy bad stuff. It's just stuff I haven't got to, or I found after 3 years of digging through a box. I mean,
yeah. And Banana Fine says no, it's 9 items. Donna, no, I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, I chose to go live at this time. Like I said, I didn't see Alex was live. I did see Westside Gary's live, and we've had this conversation before. He's in auction, and it's a totally no one rewatches auctions, or very few do. And people who are over there watching him, that's fine. Everybody support each other. There's no need to get butt hurt because sometimes there's overlap. There's enough. Sometimes people click and. Honestly, the average person who watches the show only watches it 20 minutes anyways. So it's fine. It's all good. We're all in the holiday cheer. So, hey, Linda, I saw your comment, but I removed it because Eric and Jason are my friends. So I just appreciate
it. Doesn't bother me. I answered it. I mean, I only smoke cigars and I only smoke a few a week. I mean, it's not a big deal. So I don't do cigarettes or anything like that. So, yeah, that's fine. And I don't inhale. That's the key with cigars is you don't inhale. No smoke ever gets into my lungs. So
yeah, so that's the only reason I removed the comment because I don't want my friends to be on my channel and feel like I don't have their backs.
That's fine. That's a concerned person. That's fine with me. It doesn't bother me.
I just wanted to address it. And Linda's very supportive of me and nice, and I hope there's no hard feelings. I just the Eric
about my alcohol consumption than my cigar consumption.
So this year has been a rough year. I actually and I don't want to talk about it too much, but I did talk to Dusty's family today, and 2 hours before the show, and the son is going to be starting college in January. And they're looking to the uncle's going to take over some of the stuff that they sold on their stores. And
yeah, I mean, Dusty's uncle or Dusty's brother has been an eBay seller for 15 or 20 years, so it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. So
yeah,
it's just a matter of again transferring inventory. You can't transfer listings over unless you get them soon enough, and then just different things happen. But yeah, just like I said, just keep their thoughts and prayers in for Dusty's kids and his family. I mean, that's all you can do with it.
Right. Because I've had people comment and message me, and I know it's been a couple months, but and I did tell the daughter that I would say a little something tonight, and she was fine with that. I didn't want to talk out of and because it's such a tough subject. So, but. For people that asked, thank you. So, Chris the Goose is in hanging out. Pat, how did you get my beautiful girlfriend on screen?
I didn't know he was seeing Anita.
Oh, wait a minute, though. That could be a shot at Kimmy, though. What are you doing there, Eric? You drinking that whiskey there?
Oh, jeez. Sheesh.
Oh boy.
Well, he wasn't very specific. I mean,
I thought he was talking about Jason. I don't know.
Could have been anyone. Could have been anyone. Hi, Eric. Hi, Craig.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Aw.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm
Well
a
then.
going person.
Well then, Eric.
Oh boy.
I wish I had some. Eric, could you smile? Eric, look at the camera and smile.
Smile.
I don't smile much, believe me.
Cheeky bow wow wow.
That was great.
Is this one of those things where you swipe left or swipe right?
Believe me, a lot of I don't even get on those things, but yeah, it'd be a lot of swiping left. Believe me.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hey, Eric, Laughing Picker, welcome. Thanks for stopping. I do appreciate you stopping by. So, I didn't see this comment.
Yeah, we were hanging out with Eric.
I agree.
Thanks. We're just here to help you out.
I appreciate it.
Donna.
Donna's gonna cater. She's gonna bring the
matchmaking.
See what we started?
Yeah, that's what I need to.
Donna has it covered.
Yeah, Donna has it. Well, anything that Donna can get in, and she'll be auctioning off the catering price. So Donna's a hustler. Ay. So what are your plans for the holidays, Anita? We were talking. You're going to San Francisco. Are you just going for a day, or are you going to go?
No, maybe 3 days. Maybe maybe stay the weekend there.
Yeah.
And yeah, my sister lives there, so I've actually never been to her house. This is the first time I'm seeing. Yeah, she bought a house there, and I've never seen it, so this is going to be my first time there and first time in San Francisco.
Yeah. How far do you live away from San Francisco?
About 6.5 hours.
Oh, that's a drive.
But we're not driving. No one's going to sit in the car for that long. No.
You're going to fly 6.5 hours?
Yeah, not well. With the flight is not that long, and then if we take like the Burbank Airport, it'll be closer and faster to get through. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could drive out there with a van and take it. That's one of my specialties. You just got to pay for my hotel and my food.
Okay, works.
There you go. You don't have your usual before when we had you in the past. You'd have your Christmas background. What happened, Anita?
I do, but I have my computer right now. The one I'm using, it's in a different location. It's on the other side.
She's in the shower right now.
No, you're out. No, I'm not. Outside. Fake news.
Anita, when Anita gets off, she's gonna wonder, why did he say that? It's because your curtains behind you, Anita.
Yeah,
they look like a shower curtain, but
it kind of does. I didn't even think about that.
Those are probably $2,000 curtains, and you're thinking they're like $20 Sears shower curtains.
Yeah, they're behind me is the patio in the back.
Okay.
So I covered it a little bit so when they pass by outside, they won't be able to see inside.
Oh, okay. You don't have creepy people driving by with binoculars. No. Yeah.
No, it's just it's in the back of the apartment, so the only people that would be able to look or creep would be the tenants.
Right.
And we don't have any of those here.
How the now, Anita, I don't know. Do you sell on eBay at all, or no?
No, I used to, but I stopped eBay about maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm just doing Etsy and just my auctions that I've just recently been doing auctions, but Etsy has been really good for me.
Right.
And plus it's not just the Etsy. Like when I say Etsy, I like Etsy. Etsy helps me with the sales. It's not just about the Etsy. It's because my channel really helps me a lot. You can't just have an Etsy shop and have that many sales, but because I have my channel as well, and people are watching it and seeing what I'm showing and the things that they're interested in, they'll either email me or they'll go check Etsy to see if it's there. And that's how I have a lot of my sales is through my channel, which is helping a lot. And it's not just the Etsy alone.
Right.
Mhm.
So are you? Are you just selling jewelry on Etsy?
No, well, I was, but now I'm adding different things in to draw different people in. I add, well, at first it was just jewelry only. Now I'm just doing things that are in smaller in size because I don't like shipping big things.
Amen.
If it doesn't fit in a medium flat rate, I ain't buying it.
Yeah.
So I try to buy smaller items, a smaller scale because of the space. I don't have too much space. I don't have a storage for my inventory. So I try to stay on the smaller side. But I am adding introducing new items to the store. That way, somebody comes in to buy something. Let's say it's a man's item that a man wants, and they see some jewelry. And I've noticed that happening where they come in and they buy something that's a men's item, and they buy a couple of pieces of jewelry, probably for their wife or girlfriend or who knows.
Both.
Anita Schreiker. I don't know if
Yeah.
you ever met Schreiker. He does a lot of modding on some of the auction channels, and he is an Amazon. I'm not sure if he's an eBay seller, but I know he sold on Amazon for like 20 years. He's asking, what is your channel name?
Oh, it's good. Right now I changed it to Anita's House of Jewels.
How's YouTube been treating you?
It's good. It's good. I wish I could be more active on it and do more videos, but I really don't have the time because it's very busy over here with the kids.
Right.
Hey, aren't you doing auctions though? I'm trying to think on her name. Oh yeah. Gosh, she's
so we do every Friday. We do at auctions on Lucia's channel at 4:30, sometimes 5 o'clock, either 4:30 or 5 o'clock. We do auctions on her channel, and we used to go back and forth, but we just right now we're just sticking to her channel because everybody. It's because it's consistent and everybody knows it's there, so we continue to do them there.
Now, who was that?
Lucia.
Oh yeah. The other lady with the dark hair. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, what happens is, and I hear this a lot. It's hard for resellers to sometimes watch, and sometimes I was consuming too much YouTube, and because it became a form of entertainment and just something to do when Amazon was busy enough. But now that Amazon is slower, I realized that I had to, really, and I still need to do much better on eBay. Like last year, I was only doing around, 98% of my sales were Amazon, and the rest was eBay. But now this year, like it's probably 85% is Amazon and 15% is eBay. But I'm constantly trying to do better, and that's one of the things I got to change. And that's why I even I created a website, the Traveling Picker, and I'm showing some things on there, and I'm gonna show a lot of like antiques. Like I got Shackman up there right now in the t-shirts, but any different platforms that you can generate income and do different things. But it's people realize the time that goes into doing all these things.
Yeah,
now,
and I'm completely opposite. I think that too many people diversify far too much and need to be concentrating on where the customers are at. I see way too many people. Oh, I got a cross list. I got to get buy the cross listing services, and I've got listings on 17 different sites. And I get it, not having all your eggs in one basket, but eBay's number 3, and the amount of people that go to the site, and then you get so many people that are just Depop and Etsy and all the different sites, and it's just like it seems like you're wasting your time when you could just concentrate on eBay.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing my own website too, put the jewelry in my own website, but then I thought about it, and it's like limiting people that are going to be able to see it, because the only people that are going to be able to see those items are the ones that know about that website.
Well, yeah,
it's marketing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the website for me, I already paid for the year, and because I can work with the template that they got and change the colors and know how it works. It took me 7 hours to make it, but at the end of the day, it only cost me $20 a month. So, and I've already generated like close to $100, and there's about 300. You can go behind the scenes and see how much traffic you're getting, and like right now, 300 people checked it out last month.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just me trying to kind of stay ahead of it and really trying to tie YouTube. I mean, who would have thought? I mean, I don't know, Eric, did you do YouTube auctions a couple years ago, or is this the kind of the first?
I was I was doing them last year with Scott, and then kind of my son got started back in school, so it kind of worked out that I jumped off of that because I have to get up so early, and it just kind of messes me up for that. But
No, but what I meant was 5 years ago, it didn't seem like it was an option, and that's why I'm trying to.
YouTube auctions really kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest, the pandemic really kind of drove YouTube auctions when people started not being able to find stuff locally.
Right.
And then, people had a lot of stuff, like us laying around, and why not turn it back into working capital, and then also give people a chance to buy stuff. I mean, it worked out really good last year. And this year's, it's not as good dollar wise. I'm not getting as much for my lots, but again, I'm not putting up as good a lots because I sold a lot of stuff last year. And also people are able to get out a little bit more now than it was a year ago. So you see a little difference in the YouTube auctions, and that's fine.
There's a lot of people doing auctions.
Exactly. There's a lot of people. I mean, you've got Mr. Buys Lots, live 3-4 days a week.
Right.
Wade Ventures is doing auctions 3-4 days a week.
I mean, for a reseller though, I that's awesome because you have all that opportunity to be getting stuff. But as somebody who's been doing auctions, you definitely have to.
If I wanted to just turn around and just do straight YouTube auctions, you could definitely make a living doing it. You could, but it's a lot of buying, it's a lot of selling in lots, things like that. You got to make it worthwhile for somebody to buy the stuff.
Right.
It's fun. It gets me out of some inventory that I don't want to deal with because I switched my business over a couple of times, and I'm still constantly evolving my business. So, we see where we end up next year, and then go from there. But it gets me out of stuff that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Wait, Pat, you have a website?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know Dwayne was doing it for a while, but I know a few jewelry people who were doing auctions before Dwayne was doing auctions. And then there was I think he still does auctions, but I can't recall his name, but there was another person. But I think as the sort of spill out, Dwayne was definitely one of the first.
Yeah, I mean, I run an auction out of my garage about once every month and a half of big stuff that I acquire. But that's run through a local auction company and a local website, so it's really only just located in Central Ohio. But YouTube auctions are great because you don't pay a service to do that. If you pay High Bid or Live Auctioneer or something like that, you're going to pay a fairly significant chunk of your money out to put those up. But they have a worldwide audience, but
it's worth
a lot of money it costs. So
I think eventually these, the YouTube auctions will eventually die down as people go out more. But I think because people are still distancing themselves from going out, they're still scared to be in the malls because it's still out there. Is the reason why these auctions are the way they, work. Being used as selling websites right now. They see auctions as the new target.
Well, and honestly, I don't think if there could be some order. I mean, because people are doing Facebook auctions. I really think the market is actually bigger than really. I mean, because I hear people complain, "Oh, this one's on, this one." But when you kind of look at the number of people are bidding, it's only a couple hundred people. And
I find you could have 200 people watching an auction. You're going to have 10 bidders.
Right. Yeah, because the other people. The other people are hanging out for the company and this and that. But
it's a lot of company. It's a lot of just chat, just filling the day. The problem is when you come to a capital outlay, not everybody can outlay $100 for a lot. Even though the lot could be worth $300, $400, $500, $1,000, not everybody's comfortable laying out $100 or $200 for a lot of stuff. You got to have the vision to see where it is. And again, most of the stuff that I list, on auction, it's, I'll put 50, 60 items together and it'll be worth $300, $400, $500. But it's having the vision to understand that how you can get that money, but it's not quick money back. The stuff that I buy isn't quick money back. I have 7,000 listings on eBay. And the reason I have that is because the money doesn't come back quick. So you got to have a lot more listings out there. Some people ascribe to I'd rather have 100 listings at, $100 a piece, or you can have 10,000 listings at $10 a piece. I mean, the money is going to be the same as it rolls in. It just kind of depends on what you like. I like small, light. I don't have to break my back shipping. But it means that my average sale price is down to $17 an item, where it used to be $26, $28, $30. Jason used to be $44 an item. It just kind of depends on what you want to deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely with the auctions, that's good to sort of gear it towards your audience. Because I know when I hop from auctions, like me being a guest to auction on somebody's channel, like I know that, you know, some people on different channels like certain things, and, you know, on others, like, if, you know, jewelry, if I needed jewelry, I would know where to go. You know, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
Like people would expect her to be selling that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you got jewelry auctions, you got ephemeral auctions,
Right.
you got sports
And
cars
at least with the
auctions.
auctions, unlike when you do a live or like this, it's harder to follow a bunch of people. Like you can't have, it's not as easy to have multiple screens up and watching a live like this. But I think with an auction, you can watch a bunch of people
Oh yeah,
all at the same time.
with the iPad, cell phone.
Yeah, like because you're watching, you know, you're watching whatever's on the screen and trying to figure out which
Yeah,
screen
you
it's on.
can screen it. Yeah, on the TV. Yeah.
I like the auctions just to hang out. Me personally, I'm one of those.
Mhm.
Well, there's
Like
nothing
it's
wrong with that. I
background
mean,
noise. I'm shipping or I'm doing something.
well, it's always good to see what stuff
too.
goes for, because
Right,
it
and
gives
I
you an idea
learn
what you
a
should be paying
lot.
for locally for your stuff. If I sell a lot of 50 items that are worth $10 a piece, and it goes for $100, then if you're out there at a flea market and you go like, oh, there's 50 items I can get for, and they're worth $10 a piece, I shouldn't pay more than $100, because I could have bought the same thing on a YouTube auction. Why not? I just negotiate. So it's always a good learning experience, and it's also good to see what other people have to offer. I mean, you never know what's going to sell until you see what other people are selling. So
Right. Something's only worth what somebody will pay. So
It's also affected all the other websites, the bigger auction websites. They've gotten so much more members now and everything.
yeah, I mean, if you look at like HiBid and Live Auctioneer, the real auction sites, it gets crazy in some of those auctions. 800 and 900 people, active bidders bidding on stuff. I mean, it gets nuts in some of those auctions. So
Yeah. Yeah, and like Kimmy, when I'm working, I watch auctions, but I don't watch jewelry auctions because I already know about jewelry.
right.
I watch auctions like that are doing things that I'm
Yeah,
learning.
I think there's probably quite a few resellers who can agree to some extent of why they don't necessarily always watch either reselling videos or a particular kind.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
yeah, I definitely think resellers watch reselling videos for the most part. I think just for the companionship aspect. Really, I
mean, if you're a beginner learning, yes, but yeah, you're right. As you do it for a while, I still learn.
Well, you should always be learning every day.
Yeah,
I mean, we learn stuff. I mean, we were discussing something earlier, and we're like, "Wow, we didn't realize that could be an income stream." And so, this is something we want to explore. I mean, you always try to figure out how to put more dollars in your pocket. I mean, it's what it's all about.
Absolutely. My daughter is back to actually working for me on eBay. I do DoorDash. I've been doing deliveries pretty much full time, like 40 to 60 hours a week, and then eBaying. But I was running out of time, and because it's fourth quarter, I ended up having to use my extra time to ship. And I was like, oh, I need to be listing. So I hired my kid back. I figured I don't have to train her. Like she already knows, she ran her own eBay store. So I hired her back, and that's what she does.
Is she still doing the Poshmark? Are you still?
No, she's not. She's not doing it. She has such, and she asked me if she could, make some extra or get some extra cash, and I figured it's perfect timing. She already knows the girl is a wealth of knowledge just in herself, but I didn't want her to overload herself because she has kind of a lot on her plate with school, and college is really not that far off, and she's taking a bunch of college credit classes right now. So, but it's definitely cool. I was talking to her today when I came home from work, and she was here working listing for me, and I was like talking to her about eBay, and she understands.
It's the one job you can really pass on your knowledge to your kids, that even if they never decide to sell, they always have that in the back pocket. If I need more money, I know I can go out and make more money. It's one of those, it's kind of hustling for your dollars. If you can teach your kids a side hustle, doesn't matter what their regular job is, they know they can pick up a few hundred extra dollars every month by just working an eBay side hustle or an Etsy side hustle. You don't have to do it for a living, full time, but it's
right. You can do it on your own time. I think that's the biggest thing is
as a hobby,
have the ability to sort of do it on your own time. I mean, obviously, you have to be disciplined about it to some degree, depending on how much you're trying to make. But that's the part I really always loved about it is like I was able to. My daughter, for example, during basketball season, I was the only parent who didn't miss an entire game. I was there every single game. Even my own kid was like, Mom, you really don't have to show up to every game. I'm like, nope, number one fan, gotta show up. But that's, because I have the ability to do that.
Well, I mean,
things like that, eBay or reselling or even before eBay, I was
when I said
something.
I lost my wife and my son has autism, so it's easier for me to stay home and do this. I mean, I had a great career, but I gave it up, but I can still replace that income because I do this full time. Jason's been doing this full time for 10 years, 10, 15 years longer than I've been doing it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do it full time, but you can do it full time. Right. It just means you got to be dedicated to it.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. If you want to. For sure.
Well, you can do it part time and just bring in some extra cash.
Right. A couple $100 or even, I mean, besides the money, if you take away the money part, like just the thrill of the hunt, like,
oh my God.
Before I even started reselling, I have always loved the thrill of the hunt. Like my parents were always bargain hunters for as long as I can remember. As a little kid, the Goodwill logo on the building was a little different, and like the G was shaped a little different, and I thought it was a wheel, so I used to call it Big Wheel. I'm like, Dad, let's go to Big Wheel as a little kid, and that's how I started to sort of learn, like, about the. I didn't care. I thought everybody else was stupid that they were paying out $100 for a shirt, and here I am rocking the same shirt for $2.
Yeah, right.
I started my first auction I went to was I was like 9 years old. So I mean it's been in my blood forever. So
right, yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been to an in-person auction in a long time, but
we're talking about the YouTube auctions and stuff, and you were talking about the Goodwill. Do you guys find it that you have a problem finding stuff?
No, not here. No, but I do know from sourcing in other states that I am not impressed. It's definitely different. I didn't realize how sort of different it can be because here, that I think the thrift stores are packed. But
and Jason, I don't think you've ever walked into a thrift store, right?
No, that's not true. Jason's been to a thrift store or two in his time.
Yeah, years ago. I mean,
No,
but my problem isn't, going to places. My problem is buying. I'm buying too much.
Do you need an intervention?
It's getting close. You see my place.
I mean, well, we were discussing it today. Jason and I decided that if we decided to stop buying, it might be 10 years before we needed to buy again.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. I think mine is about 3-4 years.
I mean, and that's an honest assessment. And that's like listing 30 or 40 items a day.
Yeah.
Because if you buy, because we try to buy in quantity, because you buy in quantity, it brings the price down for every item. And when you start to sit back and look at it, it's like I could probably put my hands on 70 or 80,000 items I have that's not listed. And I'm not kidding about that number. That's an actual number. Now, is that stuff worth a lot of money? Not really, but it's 70 or 80,000 items. So, I mean, and Jason has equally as much, if not more than I have.
Even at $5 a piece, it's a killing.
Yeah. So, but you have to kind of, time is the one factor that we really can't control. And so we try to get to our higher dollar stuff faster. But yeah, it is tough.
Hi, Lisa.
to not buy. I mean, that's the biggest problem that Jason and I both have is not buying. And we shop nationwide. So just because you can't find stuff in your area doesn't mean it's not there. We shop nationwide. You know, as evidenced by the trip that Pat and I took, we were buying out of Chicago, or Jason was buying out of Chicago.
And honestly, that's one of the reasons I like doing YouTube and is I met you guys, like networking and learning. And before this weekend, I would have never thought of now I've made a conscious decision as far as Amazon. I'm not buying no more stuff this year just because honestly it's just not as busy, and I don't want to, especially at this time of the year where you get on some toys and you blow through those toys, you know, you sell those toys in 3-4 weeks, and I don't want to be caught with too much inventory. Now, with that being said, and this, I did send a link to the Goose and the Beard because I wanted them to talk a little bit about Amazon. I've been going through, and here I am. If you guys don't know, I have a finished basement, so my selling business is pretty much, I mean, 1,500-1,600 square feet.
Wait, hold on. I thought you lived in Santa's Village.
Are you making fun of my decorations?
I like the decorations. I'm not decorating a tree this year, so I'm quite enjoying your tree in the background.
Oh, where did he go? Oh, Santa put him on the bad list. Well, hey, now you can't. You were hurting Kimmy's shoulders, so now we're sitting on your shoulders.
I'm the same way, Pat. I have like 800 square feet in my lower level that's totally dedicated to eBay.
I've been to your house. I had to deal with the guard dog.
That's right. And then my garage has I've got another 1,000 square feet out in my garage. I mean, so it does become an issue with storage. But again, I have changed my business over to where I don't ship big stuff anymore. I haven't shipped anything large in forever. I mean, I just don't buy that stuff. I buy, I'll buy, a stack of postcards, and there's $1,000 worth of postcards. So, why worry about buying the big stuff when I can cut it way down into size and get a lot smaller stuff? But again, I still have 150 bankers boxes full of stuff. I mean, it's just, you got a lot of space.
My problem I've run into is sometimes the deal is so good, like I'm not gonna pass it over, and but I did that too many times in a short span. And then last year when the shutdowns were, Amazon exploded, and I mean when you're going to the post office on a Monday morning with 275 packages and they're mad at you. I honestly just didn't have time for eBay. But going back to before Jason was busting my chops about being Santa's helper, I'm going through some boxes and I found 3 toys that last year, honestly, if I sold them, I would have made $2 on them. I listed them the other day because sometimes also what'll happen is you can't get on a listing from a year ago, and all of a sudden, don't like. If you got some old toys, don't be deterred because sometimes 6 months later you could be on it, or even if the listing is wrong, I don't know how it happens, but you could get on it. I sold those 3 toys, and I was the cheapest seller. Those 3 toys I sold for $100 that last year would have went for $40, and I sold them within 12 hours. Hey, Mike, January House, thanks for stopping. The chat really has jumped now, so I apologize if I missed anybody.
Yeah, JRKR, I see her in there. Hi, Jenny.
Jenny.
Yeah, see, Donatello talks about being down in Florida and getting great deals because again, people pass away and everything. But I tell you, the deals are actually in Connecticut and Vermont and stuff. Before they get down to Florida, they downsize. So that's why we shop nationwide, because you can find those deals where somebody is, I'm getting ready to downsize before I move to Florida. And so you get to pick up a lot of that type of stuff. I mean, shipping, you have to factor shipping in and all that type of stuff, but there's just great deals out there.
Yeah.
Donna
gets her hands on some good stuff. I've been to her cottage in person. Yeah, she's definitely got some good stuff.
Now, me and Scott, and this is why I invited Scott, is to talk a little bit about the difference in Scott's a big Amazon seller, and what the difference is in Scott, how
It's not my personality. You didn't want to just talk
Hi,
about that?
Scott.
well, yeah, yeah, you know. How are we doing, Scott?
I'm doing well. Eric's right. He's a smart guy. You got to listen to him. There's something in every area. It's your job as where you're at to figure out what it is. If you're going to be a successful reseller, it doesn't matter. The Northeast has got different stuff than Florida. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. If you decide that all you want to sell is this and it's not in your area, go get a day job. It's going to work out. You know, it's retail arbitrage is everywhere. But there's different stores for Amazon. If you're going to do that, wholesale is nationwide. You know, auctions are everywhere. But you know, my yard, I hear it all the time. Our yard sale, I can't do eBay because my yard sales suck. That's not the only way to get inventory.
Right.
I've been yard sale 5 years.
Especially right now. I mean, YouTube,
Everywhere.
Facebook. There's opportunity to get stuff pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, don't accept the negativity and the excuses that, oh, there's not this or that. I've been in 41 states in the last 6 years. It's
Yeah. Yeah, you travel far, huh? Yeah.
Scott,
I have chased eye drops all the way to South Dakota.
Wow.
Scott, are you finding it's different? Like, are you making a conscious effort to do things different though, and not run? Because I hear you talk sometimes about wholesale deals and like what's different now in the past year or two than what you were doing 4 years ago. And going forward, do you see yourself running 41 states again, or have you changed your business model?
Well, you know, it wasn't the pandemic that changed my business model. It's the wife laying in there taking a nap that, you know, my business model changed when she got breast cancer, and it just changed priorities. And I'm going to build some more back into it next year. I'm planning to take, you know, once a quarter, maybe a trip somewhere. But it was, you know, I'm not scared of COVID. I could care less about all that. You know, in COVID times, I was in like 15 states, so that didn't matter. It was more of I'd get out on the road and I'm like, you know what, this sucks whenever, you know, you get to our age and you're already thinking about, you know, you're halfway through this gig and you're not guaranteed tomorrow. And, you know, right. the Dusty and Tristan thing really knocked a lot of us for a loop. You just don't expect to lose friends of that age. And then you look around and go, well, hell, I'm older than both of them. What the hell? And so it's more about, you know, me changing versus, you know, the COVID and stuff.
The nice thing is though, you recognize the fact that you're changing and you're like, okay, how am I going to change? What can I do to make a difference in things? So I know Scott went into a lot of wholesale this last year as opposed to chasing the items came to him. And that's
also did some teaching too, which I'll do next year too, you know, teaching new resellers. All my experience with restaurants, you know, for those you don't know, I ran fast food restaurants for 25 years. I've trained an employer too. So, you know, I'll do more of that next year just to help, just because I like teaching. I like meeting people for the most part, not in person, but on the computer is much better.
Yeah. Like Zoom and stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy to teach people basically what we do. It's hard to get them to understand that we do it every day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing is we do it every day. You work, you know, it doesn't matter how many you do. I mean, there's a lot of resellers out there to teach you how to do it, but getting that drive to where you got to be consistent and do it every single day. And you know what? I'm not the greatest one of that. I definitely have my days where I don't do crap. I mean, me and Jason will sit around like, boy, I don't feel like working today. What's going on for auctions? And we'll sit there and search auctions all day long.
Yeah, I hadn't done squat today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I built a route.
I am on it 24/7.
Yeah, I built a route for next week where I'm gonna go find some things. But that's the other thing. You know, I decided that, you know, it's not as important to be gone longer. You got to look where I am. I'm 3 hours from Atlanta, an hour and a half from Nashville, an hour from Chattanooga, 3 hours from Memphis, an hour and a half from Birmingham. There is so much to do retail arbitrage within 3 to 4 hours where I live. It's just incredible. You know, I can be in Cincinnati in 5.
Anybody who says they can't find stuff, give me your name and give me your address, and I can find stuff for you. That's not an issue.
Absolutely.
Whether or not you want to sell that item, that's a different story, and that's a total personal, decision and everything. But it's easy to make money out there, people. There's a ton of money to be made out there. It's just a matter of deciding whether that's what I want to buy.
Got to reach out and grab it.
Right.
The opportunity is greater every day. More people are buying online every day. And then if you're going to try Amazon, go to Walmart and look at the blank spaces. There is stuff out there. Somebody sent me a message yesterday going, is there something up with pancake syrup? We can't find it anywhere. So that must be short. I mean, everything is short right now.
Oh, wow.
I still got the syrup that you gave me.
But I mean, that's what we're talking about. I mean, money is just waiting to be out there to be made. It really is dry. I make a decent living every year. I could double my income if I just worked harder. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Jason knows. I mean, he knows me better than anybody on this panel. I could double my income if I would stop sitting around drinking and smoking cigars. I mean, honestly.
And complaining about your back.
That's right. I don't, but I don't complain about my back anymore because I went to.
Oh, the arm. The arm.
The arm is still screwed up, but I can't help that. If I went to small and light, you can make modifications to your life to where you never have to worry about. I don't ship 30-pound items anymore. I mean, Jason see me on a Monday morning. I'm shipping out 40 items, and it fits in one postal tote.
It's it's the one thing when I started doing the teaching. The first thing I tell the new folks is you got to find your why. If you don't understand why you do this, there's going to be tough times. There's going to be you're going to be tired. There's going to be days you don't want to do this, and until you understand what drives you and what drives you to be a reseller or anything basically, you've got to have something to fall back on. And that day when it's tough and I don't feel like doing something, the why pushes you through, and it's a strength that you got to develop to understand. No matter what it is, what it takes, you've got to push through. And not everybody can do that. And it's not bad if you're not that kind of person. Understand it and know yourself, and have somebody.
It takes discipline. Takes discipline. People a lot of times try to search to find motivation, and you're not always going to find motivation. Like, to take out the trash. Who wants to take out the trash? Kind of thing. Nobody, but you have to get up and sort of force yourself to do it. That's the same thing kind of with reselling. It's definitely not for the faintest, of hearts. I know you all probably come across this, but people who are not resellers who think that we have all the time in the world, that it's just the easiest thing, or whatever it is, and we can just stop at a drop of a hat, and do whatever. And that's not the case. It takes consistency. You got to be.
I mean, if the average person has a couple thousand items up in the store, that's probably an above average person. How many hours do they have invested in that store? I mean, if you think about it, it's, it could be 50 hours. It could be 500 hours because they had to buy the stuff, they had to clean it, they had to do whatever. I mean, there is a time investment, but the more you can streamline, use your systems and processes, as we like to say, the more you get yourself in a groove, the faster the money goes up, the faster the money comes back. I mean, my motivation is I open up my bills every day and I'm like, well, I got to pay that bill. That's my motivation.
Right. Well, also, you got to be flexible. Everybody on this panel, I've known for quite some time, and none of y'all do the same thing as when I met y'all. Everybody has changed and pivoted and done something different. You've got to understand that things change.
Okay, guys, I gotta head out. I will thank you for the invitation. Thank you for inviting me, Kim. I had
yes, Anita. Love you, my friend.
If you guys are having an intervention for Jason, pencil me in.
Okay.
If not, I want you all to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It was nice seeing you all. I'll see you guys soon, and hope in the New Year's, hopefully Pat will give us another invitation and we'll come back in.
See you later, Anita. Bye-bye.
Bye, Anita. Thank you.
I'll still be in the chat. I'll watch.
All right.
I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
She's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, you have. Oh, there's
Oh boy, who invited this guy?
Not as good as looking as Anita, but
I know, right?
I guess it depends
Hi,
on who on
Anita.
the
Bye,
panel
Anita.
you ask, whether he's good looking or not. So I mean,
Don't their squares need to be closer together?
no, it's better than those two.
I'll
crazy.
see him next week. It's fine.
Now, one thing I wanted to mention, and I don't. My problem traveling, and me and Eric talked about it, is the boredom on the road when you're by yourself. I mean, Scott, I don't know
I
how.
mean, in this business, boredom is key. You got to find something to fill the hours, whether you're listening to YouTube, whether you have a TV going on, a movie playing. While you're sitting there working, 90% of people that do this job don't have anybody hanging out with them, and they're sitting there just doing it by themselves. So that is a huge time suck on most people. How do you fill the hours while you're sitting there? I can list 100 postcards in a couple hours, but if I'm bored with it because I don't have anybody to share it with, it definitely has an effect on it.
Yeah, that's where I struggled on the road last week because the radio was going in and out, and I didn't have a cord for the phone to listen to something. And when you're out there 8-9 hours straight with sometimes no one to talk to, it's tough.
Oh, it can be. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, when we were doing that trip, I was listening to podcasts on the way to Chicago and back, and listen to different resellers on YouTube, just listen on my phone, stuff like that, just to keep me occupied. But even when I'm sitting here listening, if I wasn't hanging out with Jason, I probably got a YouTube playing in the background just to hearing what people are doing and stuff. Listen to different sellers, listen to Scott's show, listening to 10K on the Bay, listening to Harry Tornado. It doesn't matter who you listen to, just something to keep you going, and it helps you motivate you.
It does. I agree to that. Like, I'm grateful for YouTube for that right there. Like, it was kind of lonely, really, especially when my kids were in school and there I was, like, at home alone, and I'm grateful for YouTube for that, to definitely connect with a lot of people who are like-minded, who get excited, about things. I have friends who I've taken to thrift stores, and they, only do that once or twice before they don't want to go with me again, because I'm like going through every show, getting excited, about everything.
Well, how many people's families sit there and says, "Are you still selling junk online?"
Yep.
If you haven't worked a regular job in 8 or 9 years, yeah, I'm still selling junk online, but I'm okay doing that. So,
right.
Eric, the proper term, Eric, is e-commerce.
That's true.
yeah, but your family doesn't understand that, so it's junk online. You still selling crap out of your basement. Or,
yeah, I'm lucky that my mom has been into eBay and Amazon since the late 90s, so she at least understands it. But there's for sure a lot of friends that don't.
Oh, my brother loves to hum the Sanford and Son song every time he sees me, just because he thinks it's funny. And I'm like, I look at him like, yeah, I pull up my 90-day total. I'm like, dude, you don't make this much that I make online. You sit there and work a 9-to-5 job. You're not making what I'm making. So who's the fool here? I mean,
right.
You just got to put up with the negativity, but who cares? I mean, like I said,
some people, this isn't their thing. I mean, they are better off doing the sort of 9 to 5, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. I would rather work for myself. I'm okay.
Another key is you got to love this. You got to love to resell. You got, and you can't force, just because you love it. You can't force your friends and people who don't understand it, and because they'll never get it, they'll never have the passion for it. And so you can only help. I'm lucky too. When my mom claims she sells on eBay, but she ain't listed shit in years. She just buys it. So at some point, me and my brother got to deal with it. But
you still learn buying stuff.
even my grandparents who had a flea market booth for 30 years and did a little eBay before they passed, would always ask me, "Are you sure you're doing okay?" Yeah, I got this reselling online down pretty good.
Yeah, so I've made more than I ever made in any other corporate job I've ever had, but I'm okay,
Goose, how are you doing with Amazon right now?
Amazon for fourth quarter is extremely slow for me.
And what are you selling toys or no?
Well, I can tell you all the toys that I had in the warehouses are gone. So
Right.
apparently I didn't send enough in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that was your mistake this quarter?
Well, I can tell you most of the toys that I sent in were sent in early in the year. They were probably from March, April, May, and just sold. So they'd sit there a long time.
Right.
'Cause I never try to send in anything, just in time to hit Christmas market, because you never know how long it's going to take to check it in and transfer it. So
yeah, I got stuff I sent in, but it's not toys. Like 3 weeks ago, and it's still not checked in yet. Probably sitting in a tractor.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having.
I don't try to hit that, kind of rush market.
Yeah, you had about November 10th. Once anything that wasn't sent by November 10th, you can't get it in.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having to depend on somebody else for you to be successful. That sucks.
Right. Are you doing any FBM, Goose, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Always. That never ends. And that stuff, slowly trickling out like always. That's just a constant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that has grown a lot, Pat. You know yourself that they've changed their way they do buy box, and FBM sellers get it a lot more frequent now. And so I used to never sell FBM, and I sell quite a bit. I've got so far this week, I think I got 50 or 60 to ship already, and we're about halfway through.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Amazon loves the FBM model because they basically get the same amount of money and they don't have to do any of the work. So,
right.
I sold on Amazon 4 years ago. I didn't enjoy it, so I stopped.
One thing that I'm noticing is, like, for example, book. If it goes to, I'm in Pennsylvania here. If it goes to California, it's not allowing me to send it as media. It wants me to send it as a priority. And it won't. So I have to go through PayPal and then buy the postage there, and then upload the tracking and click confirm shipment. But
use Pirate Ship is much cheaper.
Yeah. Are you doing all your? So you're doing some shipping different than through Pirate Ship?
I ship Pirate Ship through eBay. For Amazon, I use Amazon if I can because they cover you if it gets lost.
Right.
So it's that for that reason alone. eBay will take a tracking number from, and if it's Joe's track, they will, they'll back you. But Amazon specifically states for an A to Z claim that shipping must be paid through them.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish they had. No, I wish they had the option right now, because anybody who's really like once in a while I've been seeing more returns on Amazon lately. People are like, oh, it was supposed to be here in 7 days, and it's there in 7 or 8 days, and they're like, no, I don't want it, and they want to send it back. And I'm seeing a little bit more of that. I mean, it's still relatively small compared to the sales, but some people are just quick to send everything back. I changed my mind.
That's kind of back to normal Amazon. Yeah. Not last year's Amazon, normal Amazon.
And
there's a completely different mindset of the buyers. If they don't have it in 2-3 days, they are expecting it for free.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of buyers don't understand the third-party system.
They don't. You're absolutely right. They have no clue. Most people in general have no idea that other businesses sell on Amazon. They think everything they buy is from Amazon.
Right.
I know. I was that way until about 2010. I thought Amazon was the company, and they were selling all this stuff, and I didn't know any better, because like I said, I did eBay for years, going back to 96, 97, and I never thought about Amazon being some company,
Which Amazon's eBay is a complete opposite, where they have no products they're selling. It's all third party.
And I thought when I bought something from Amazon, I bought it from Amazon. I didn't know I was buying it from, Joe Blow's company or anything.
There's still people that think that. I literally my post man a new guy the other day about that Amazon was not just everything from Amazon. Like that they were sellers. He's all, really? I'm all, really? Where have you been?
Yeah, I mean,
but I guess, and I guess somebody.
It's great. I mean, if I had realized that in 09 or 08 or 07, I probably would have been an Amazon seller just because that was the heyday of Amazon. It was really kicking on. I was too busy working my corporate job. I never thought about stuff like that. I'm like, hey, if you want something to order from Amazon, they've got everything. Never even contemplated the fact that they didn't have a damn thing and it was owned by everybody else. So, I mean, it's always fun to sit back.
They've always been a hybrid, right? Where they've always had some products that they were selling. But now they're overtaking a lot of products.
Well, when every seller in the last 15 years has taught them what sells, I mean, it's pretty easy to take over a market. So
it's really easy to see what sells.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what you say in front of Congress. It doesn't matter what's in the bottom line. So,
and when you can buy it by the tractor trailer load, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the money's still real good on Amazon, and if you don't mind the hunt and going out there and finding those items that just got discontinued, I mean, I know Scott's made a living on that, but it's a tough business. I mean, that's why I don't do Amazon. I don't like the business model. So
Scott's bought.
So here's a good example, an example that I'll share that I was in a conversation with a couple weeks ago with a friend of mine. It's a product that we've been selling for at least 3 years, consistently, no problem. And just for easy math sakes, let's say it was selling for $10. So Amazon came on the listing at $5. And they charge over $6 to a third-party seller to sell the item.
Mm-hmm.
So virtually it's impossible to sell it at $5.
Right.
Because they charge more than what they're selling it for.
Yeah, you got to hope for that rare occasion when they're out and you can pick up a couple of sales off of it, and that's it. I mean,
exactly.
It's one of the reasons why I don't do business with. A lot of people sell on Facebook Marketplace. I won't do business with them. I've heard way too many issues with people, and a lot of people make great money on Marketplace. There's not a problem with that. I just don't do business with that company. I've never understood that. So,
well, they have a new name now. You didn't hear.
Whatever they are. I pay no attention to it. I've had too many people I've talked to have had their money locked up for months on Marketplace. So.
Meta.
Yeah.
They're now called Meta. The metaverse.
We sold, one thing, and we don't have to, we were selling soap. And it's to the point right now, the soap is cheaper to buy on Amazon shipped than it is what we could buy it for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how the hell, to the point where I just took it off because I said I actually had 2 products I had to remove because when it was being sold, I was losing $3 or $4. I said, to hell with it, I'll just keep it myself. It's not like it's going to go bad.
There's so much opportunity right this second. If you cannot make it reselling right now, you ain't never gonna make it. It's just, especially on the Amazon side, so many items are short. So many items. I mean, it's not hard. Go look at your grocery store. What's missing? You're probably not gonna find pancakes, sir. You pay attention to the news. Aunt Jemima. How many people made money on Aunt Jemima?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, paying attention to the news is. I mean, perfect example was. I mean, your Millennial Monopoly.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great example of follow a news story.
Yeah.
It's a hot item. Go out, hit it hard for a weekend, and you make an astronomical amount of money for one weekend of just banging it hard, though.
Some screwy bastard sent me a text saying, "Did I know anything about it?" I don't know who the hell that was. I owe that person a big thank you. I don't know who the hell that was.
But I mean, that's a perfect example though, where you have to kind of keep your ears to the ground and just like, I wonder if it could have been that. That could be an
I
item.
sent you a message when it was on clearance.
No, the other way then.
Yeah, the other way.
Yeah,
So-
the other way. Well, I mean, a great example. I mean, Jason sent a message to Scott. Hey, check this out. We were in a hangout with Dusty and me and Jason, and we sent it to Scott. And not knowing that Scott would go, sweet, I'm going to go buy it all. And next thing you know, we're getting these messages from Scott. Yeah, I'm in this town here. I picked up 59 of them in this town here, and we're like, what the hell is he doing? And by the time the night had ended, he had a couple thousand of these things, and suddenly it's just bam! They're selling as fast as I put them on Amazon.
That was all from me reading Amazon. No, me from reading Yahoo News.
Yahoo News, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean that little, but those little things like that, you can pay attention, and suddenly it just takes off. And Scott made, what'd you make off of Monopoly?
just the video alone was almost $40,000 on the video.
Yeah, just the video. But I mean, just
I
even the
remember
video
that when
alone
that
was
came
probably-
out. That blew up super fast.
Oh, you got on Worldwide Hip Hop and all those other channels picked you up, and then you were on some of the major news channels.
But the game you made like 2,500 in one day.
Yeah,
It was
the game
simple.
I made 5,700 on the game, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge amount, but I mean, it was a
Don't
weekend.
forget to take out gas money.
Okay, so that's the other thing. I can't tell you the value of having friends in this business, people, you can talk to, run things by, who know what you do. So many people are like, I can't tell somebody what I sell, what I do. That's horseshit. You can't believe that kind of stuff, because some of my most successful things, it's not something I found. It's something somebody else said, hey, are you checking this out? Or I've told them the same thing, hey, you told me this, so I want to tell you that. I mean,
it's different if you tell somebody, hey, I saw something last week and they're in your same town. But if you're talking to somebody in California and you live in Maine, you guys can both be on the same item. I mean, nobody's going to care.
Or, I got a friend in Tennessee and a friend in North Carolina. It also helps to go, well, if they're going that way, I'm going this way.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Scott, I remember last year it was May the 9th, and I had passed you in April because I shared you my numbers and I posted on Instagram, and all of a sudden May, like when things went back to, I'm like, oh, I'm not doing too, like I was kind of upset that I had done so much, and I called you, and you told me, you said, well, I'm finding this. You didn't tell me the brand. I said, I don't know if I have that store. But it was enough to motivate me. I said, oh, are they still selling? And I went out there and I found them. I went to 80 different stores and I did $10,000 that following week because of you basically planting it in my head that, Pat, there's still a market for it. And it was just that little bit of talking to you, because I never asked you. I never say to you, hey, well, what are you selling? Because I never want to be that friend that kind of is like, oh, using your friendship just to make money, because I'm never like that. And you gave me, and I still remember that, and it was just that enough to make me that, okay, I don't have this store in our area, but I think if I went to I went to 80 stores and made 10, and I did $10,000 in sales the following week and made $4,000. It was one of my most profitable weeks.
I got to tell Carol something. Carol.
It's all about, we laugh about it, but it truly is the concept of networking and talking to your friends and talking to people. You pick up little tidbits here and there. I mean, Jason and I sell a lot of the same similar type items, not necessarily the same item, but very similar items, postcards, a lot of this type of stuff. You can sell the same stuff, but it's not really the same item.
Right.
So, but again, if you work through the concepts of what you're selling, you can really help each other out. You can have, how are you going to ship that? Are you going to ship? How much is it going to cost to ship it? Things like that. We sell a lot of slides, and Jason and I are both slide dealers. We both deal with that thing. He's done a lot more in business than I have in slides, but how do we ship it? How do we set it up? So you got two big slide dealers are now selling shipping costs the same, how we're doing it does the same. So you get a concept, and it helps you work through different issues. And so you're not sitting there by yourself going, oh, I wonder how I could do that. So friends in this business is definitely helpful. As much as you think you're protecting your business, you're not really. You're kind of hurt yourself sometimes.
Because if you're a good reseller, and I don't care how many people know what you're selling and what you're selling, you're first in, you're last out. I mean, there's lots of things you can do and to protect yourself. And I mean, a price drop is temporary, and people think, oh my God, YouTubers killed the Polaroid camera. You hear that one. And, and they're back to, what's the name in Wisconsin is back to buying them again. We didn't kill the cameras.
There's X amount of camera. What was that again? Retro or whatever they are.
Retrospect.
Yeah, retrospect. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, for a while you could sell every Polaroid camera you got for $25, and the price went down a little bit. Okay, it doesn't mean you had to lower your price. Just means you had to sit on it for a little while longer, and then it goes back up again. Or you decide not to buy them. I mean, I had 5 or 6 at one time, and I didn't lower my price. I just said, they'll sell when they sell. But it used to be you could put a Polaroid camera on thing, and retrospect would buy it in a heartbeat. That's just the nature of the business. Things go up, things go down.
Too many people don't understand economics and supply and demand, and the way a price curve works based on demand. It's simple economics. If you just basic principles to apply to your business, pay attention to where it is in the price curve, sell it here, sell it there, hold in the middle. I mean, unless you got it at such a great price that you can sell it in the middle and still make money, and then that's fine.
Well, your whole point about buying stuff is buying it so you can make money on it. It doesn't matter what you pay for, as long as you can make. Even at the bottom, can you make money on it?
Yep.
I mean, we have certain. I mean, Jason and I have certain hard and fast rules about where we'll pay for certain items, postcards, slides, different type of stuff. But if something's a great buy, because you can get X amount of dollars out. And Jason for tools is a whiz at this. Buying a tool at a certain dollar amount, he'll pay a lot more than I would have paid, because I don't know the market, but he knows the market. Like, I can get X amount of dollars for this, even if I got to pay up on it, because he's going to make that much more.
Did you say Jason was a tool? That's what I heard.
Oh yeah, you definitely. Well, I mean, great example. You paid $1,000 for an item recently that if you take it apart, sell it by piece, and then sell what's left, you're going to make $2,800, $2,900, $3,000, maybe even more on it. So if
as I'm thinking, I can't remember what it is. What item was it?
Your MSI. I mean.
Oh, that, yeah.
All right. So y'all talking about merchant fulfilled. While we're sitting here talking, one popped in. No, you can't see it. It's there. Hearing aid battery. So.
Oh yeah, I imagine. I mean, people start to get thin on them. You can't find them in the stores. You got to buy them somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of endless what you can sell. Hearing aid batteries.
I like when you buy things for eBay and 2% of the stuff pays for everything. I have this little box here of cards. These are rare cards from a card dealer. This little box basically paid for the 200,000 plus the 700 magazines that I got.
Wow.
And I have it right now. Each card is $25 or best offer. And I've already sold about 12 of these, and one paid full price yesterday. And there's always watchers. So this little box right here is what I paid for everything.
That's how you end up with huge collections of stuff that you virtually own for nothing. That's why when we say we have 50 or 75,000 items to list, it's because we've paid little for the first amount, and then we sold enough to pay for the whole lot, and now it's just sitting there. So it doesn't really hurt us if we don't get it up quite a way,
right?
Really fast. I mean, you've got 200,000, sports cards that might sell for $1 a piece. Maybe sell for $1 a piece, but when you get to them, you get to them.
I've already got about $4,000 out of that already this year. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of YouTube auctions. I do them with T Auctions for You. I've been on Steve's twice, and I think I did Mr. Buys a lot one week when he went down. but I've only done like 10, and like I said, I've sold I've sold over 4,000. And like I said, this little box, $500, I've sold about 4,000, and I still have 670. I still got 400 magazines, 500 magazines to list. They're bagged and boarded.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got lucky; those are bagged and boarded. I mean, for me, I've got 5,000 magazines to list. I mean, Jason's got 8,000 or 9,000. I mean, yeah, but that's stuff that has been paid for probably 10 times over. So it's when I get to it, I get to it. You know, it's
even these small things. I was bidding last week on Jason's. He says, "Oh, you like belt buckles?" I bought belt buckles from Goose. I bought belt buckles actually, Jason. You know what? When you were supposed to go with me last year to that auction, and you didn't go, and I still went. That's where I bought a bunch there too.
Well, how many postcards do you have left over from that auction?
Oh, I have thousands.
Yeah, you bought thousands for no dollars. I mean, and postcards are $5 to $10 each. I mean,
yeah, I bought 4,000 for $150 at one. I honestly got, for eBay wise, I probably got $100,000 plus worth of inventory, and at 10 cents on the dollar.
Yeah,
you know, and that's why I'm slowly. I mean, I was up to 250 listings a couple months ago. Now I'm at 710, and even though I'm only doing about $1,000 a month on eBay, I'm doing $10,000 a month on Amazon. So I'm really going to switch that around to the point where basically my eBay is just going to be just as good as my Amazon.
But if you're doing $10,000 a month on eBay, and
the percentage,
your net profit is so much higher because you're not paying now. Your hassle is more because you got to deal with every aspect of it, but your net profit is higher on eBay than it is on Amazon.
What's up, Jesse? How you doing, bud? Thanks
if you're FBA, then it's great because you can send the stuff in. You don't have to worry about it. That's the only thing that really makes Amazon attractive is you can send the crap in and don't have to deal with it.
Oh, I do. I mean, I still send. I've been sending in more the past couple months, and sometimes it is amazing what 40 cents. Sometimes you'll sit there and you'll say, "Okay, I'm going to make $4 on this item." 2 months will go by and it's not selling, and I'm looking at other people's, and I'm like, you know what? That hasn't sold in 2 months. Let me drop the price by 40 cents. No lies. Sometimes within a day or two, I'll sell out of it. And it's nice because sometimes it's like, you know, if you have 15, there's another $150 in cash flow for me. And that's what I'm always worried about, the cash flow, is to generate, to buy more stuff. And so when opportunities do come up, I have the money to do it. Now, I buy a lot of different, you know, garage sales, yard sales, and honestly, a lot of it has been through YouTube. I mean, watching people like, you know, Scott buys a lot of places. You know, I mean, me and Scott and Jason together went to the flea market. I mean, you know, Scott, you buy garage sales, yard sales. I mean, you're like me. You're buying a lot of different sources. And I like that those opportunities exist out there for, it's just me now putting a system in place that, and the mistake I've been making is I'll get stuff, and then I throw it over in the pile or put it in a room, and it's like, wow, like 6 months later, it's not listed. And that's, you know, like, and then all of a sudden I start listing a bunch of things. It's like, wow, I wish I would have listed it 6 months ago because it's selling.
Hey, Pat, when we did that flea market, you didn't have a YouTube channel yet, did you?
Yeah, I did, but it was only like maybe 1,500 subs. Like I said, I got to, you know, obviously I hung out a lot with Scott, and Scott said to me, you know, Pat, you got to go and, you know, you on my channel is not going to grow your channel. You need to go and do your own thing. And that's when I kind of started then pushing to do. And, you know, I did some stuff with, you know, I was with What the Hales. I was with Taco Stacks. And every year, I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm not happy with, I gain about 1,000 subs a year, but I did take 5 months off last year for two reasons. A little bit of drama on YouTube that, and I was so busy with Amazon. I was like, who cares? I mean, I did $100,000 in 9 weeks on Amazon, and that was a good distraction to mentally keep me not worried about YouTube. Because honestly, YouTube, unless you're doing it, you know, a certain amount of views, you're not making money anyways.
Well, now you got your courier service that's going to cash in.
Well, yeah, but luckily, you know, it took me 3 years to have faith in people to call me up to go, hey, go pick up $100,000 load. You know?
Yeah, I put all this faith in that, and what do I find out when you call me? You're dropping off at different Ollie's stores. Meanwhile, he's sitting there with, it's actually like $150,000 worth of inventory. So he leaves the van out in the parking lot and goes into Ollie's to get $5 toys.
Well, that's okay.
If this van gets jacked, I'm gonna kick your ass.
So what I do sometimes is when I'm on my trips and doing things, I will
I'm sure he's well insured, right?
Yeah, he's bonded and everything. Yeah.
That was an expensive load. But I stopped at Five Below, I stopped at Ollie's, I stopped at Walmart, and I sold probably 50% of that stuff within a day, and I made an extra $300 or $400. That's why I give you the best rates, Mr. Banana Pines.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I see. You know.
I mean, honestly, you can't. It's not often you can bring 150
Right.
U-Haul van, so it's always fun.
Yeah, so you don't get dock-to-dock service. You get dock to Ollie's, to Walmart, to Sonic, to Ollie's, to Walgreens, to dock.
I know. I'm surprised he didn't cross different state lines too. At least he kept it in somewhat of a straight path.
No, I was in West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Yeah. You know.
So just for the record, Pat ended up picking up 15,000 glass plate slides for me. So it was an entire van of glass, no less.
Wow.
From the 1890s to 1920s.
That's what they look like right here.
That is cool.
And he's going through all the speed bumps in the parking lots and.
No. So he gets all the way to within 2 minutes of my warehouse and decides to cut the wheel hard and knock a crate off and crash.
Because I called him up in the morning and I said to him, he goes, "Oh, you're already here?" He goes, "I can't come." He goes to me, "Well, Pat, there's a Five Below and there's one item that I was looking at Five Below." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll go down to Five Below." I go around Walgreens and all of a sudden I hear bang, and I'm like, "Oh no!" So I pull over to the diner and I'm like, I'm just gonna slide it back up. When I went to open the door, the pressure of that crate, it was like 80 pounds. I couldn't close the door. If I slammed the door, it would have cracked them all. But as soon as I opened the door across this diner parking lot on a Sunday morning, they all went all over the parking lot, one whole crate. And then he calls me like a minute into me starting to pick,
mind you,
asking me if I want a damn donut. I'm good. Yeah. I was like, no, I don't want to. I said to him, I don't want a donut. So I wasn't happy,
Eric,
but
Vintage has a question for you here.
Who has the question?
The one you just put up for Eric.
Okay. Yeah, Vintage Barbie. Hey, I have about $1,000 in great postcards, and I can't sell them for $5 to $10. Am I doing something wrong over here, Eric?
The only wrong thing you're doing is expecting them to sell fast. They will sell. They will sell at your price point. You just got to stay strong in your price. That's all. That's the only advice I'll give you is stay strong in your price. I list like 1920 and before postcards. I put up at $20 a piece, and I sell them every day. I sell postcards. I stay strong in my price. I'll take offers. Sure, you can make me an offer. You never know what I'll sell it for, but stay strong in your price. Don't list them at $5 because you're giving them away at that point. List them at $20. Let people make you offers on them. They just take a long time to sell. But if you have 20,000 postcards up and you sell 100 or sell 10 or 15 a day at $10, and that's a pretty good income.
Wasn't it? And I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. Didn't Dusty just start selling postcards a year ago?
Dusty started selling postcards in October of last year.
Right.
And while he was selling postcards, he had a great source, but he invested a lot of money. He was buying quality postcards, and he had in about 4 months, it took him to get 20,000 postcards up. He was making $300 to $400 a day just in postcard sales.
Yeah.
And he was taking offers of $5 all the way up to $50. And if he would forget to put a sale back on, and it would be boom, he'd sell one for $50, and he would have taken $5 on.
Yeah, I bought a bunch from him a couple months ago, Disney related postcards.
Yeah. Just stay strong on your price. Don't worry about when they sell. Just know they will sell.
And
that's all you can
that's
do
what
with
I
it.
like. Also, Eric was on the sales side of it. You run periodic sales.
I run sales. I run listings. I run. I end and relist. When I end and relist, I change the price. I drop my price by 1%. I raise my price by 2%. I play around with the numbers and everything, but there's a lot of different things you can do. But the key is stay strong on your price. They will sell. It just takes time. Any of this, like I said, I've got 100 Christmas postcards here. These probably will take 3 years to sell through. I'm fine with that because I'm going to have, by the time that 3 years is up, I'm going to have 20,000 postcards listed.
And they don't take up a lot of
the lowest
space.
price that you'll accept.
That's what's key.
I'll take down to 500
minimal.
Yeah.
But I can put 22,000 postcards in a cabinet. I could, if I had dedicated these to postcards, I could have 66,000 postcards listed in that space right there. So I don't care when they sell. If you sell 1,000 postcards in the next 5 years, if you got $5 a piece, it's $5,000. I mean, what'd you pay for them? If you have $1,000, you've quadrupled your money easily.
A minimal space.
Yeah, very small space. So just stay strong on your pricing. Just understand that they will sell. I have a method where I have tiers for postcards, and I just 1920s and back. I list them for $20, 1920 to 1936 or $17.99. I literally have a little cheat sheet that how much I have my postcards listed for. That's how many I.
He does have a cheat sheet.
That way I don't have to remember it. So, but if you go by that, if you just set a standard and live by the standard, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. So once you get...
Well, and that's one of the things, Eric, is when you have the only one available, you can kind of command the price on that.
Yeah, if you got a $20 postcard up and nobody else is where it's at, and yes, Dusty charged $3.25 for shipping, but he'd send them standard envelope shipping, so he'd pay 75 cents for shipping. That's the way he did it. I mean, and people paid that constantly. Dusty sold probably 20 to 25 postcards a day.
I know with me, when I bought a bunch from him over like back in July, he did
even pass the customer.
Oh yeah, I honestly, I support a lot of people on the auctions. If they don't have 1,000 subscribers and can get super chats, I buy stuff from a lot of people just to be honest, just to support. The money that I make doing YouTube is probably about $1,100 this year. I've given it all back plus to other YouTubers to support, just to be, get my name out there and be supportive.
I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, you sell ephemera, understand that nothing sells fast.
Long tail.
Yes. Fast, you priced it too low. That's the only world that you live in. If you sell it really quick,
or you have rock posters that you're doing one-day auction, then you'll sell it fast.
Yeah, I don't do one. It just that's too much money up front. But if you build up a large enough business with ephemera especially, if you build up a large enough business, have enough items listed, then it doesn't matter if it sells fast because you sell 10, 20, 30 items a day at $10. Even if you sell them at $10 a day, you're making $300 a day. You multiply that out. That's what, $90,000 a year. Could you live with that type of income? I know I can. I mean, it's like selling. I sell a lot of magazines. I have over 2,000 magazines listed. I still have like 7,000 to list. If I get $10 a magazine, I'm happy because I'm into them for like less than 25 cents a piece. Right. Postcards, I try to be into them for less than 50 cents a piece. Slides, we try to be into them for like less than 10 cents a piece. Buy it cheap, sell it at a reasonable price, and you'll be fine.
Are you guys finding any stuff that's old that you're surprised what the price is going for? The reason I bring that up is I've been finding old wrestling action figures that are from 20, 25 years ago. I mean, they are. You're getting like $40 a piece for them, or a couple of years ago, you're lucky if you could get 15. And
I try to buy stuff that's 100 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about pop culture stuff that's 20 or 25 years ago. I don't buy that stuff. I don't know that market, so I don't play in that market. I love selling stuff from the 1800s, from the early 1900s. So I try to play in that market, and that's a very long tail market. This stuff will sell. It'll sell eventually, but it's long tail. It takes a long time. So that's why I have 7,000 items in my store, because I have to have that many items to make a decent income. But if I sell $150, $200 a day, I'm very happy with that number.
Eric's customer is 88 years old, so
exactly. I like selling to that 60-year-old guy because I never get returns. What is the average selling price? Is probably $10 if I had to add up my postcard sales. I mean, it depends on what it is, but average about $10.
Scott, are you selling more on eBay, or are you concentrating right now on Amazon?
It's more Amazon.
Yeah. Have you done better this year with eBay?
Yeah, I've sold more this year than last year for sure.
Yeah, me too. Now, are you getting is your son helping you, or he's off doing his own?
Yeah, he was, but
yeah.
When you don't, it's like anything else. When you don't enjoy it, you don't have a passion for it. It's
right.
I mean, the good thing about your son is he doesn't enjoy it, but he knows how to do it.
Oh yeah, he does.
He knows that down the road, if he ever needs extra income, he can come back to that. That's what we try to teach our kids is, you may not like it, but you can make money at it.
Yeah.
So, even though you don't necessarily want to do it for a living, it's in your back pocket at all times.
Scott, now what is this? I've been seeing you go live from this room. Is this like an office in the house now?
Yeah.
Because I know you used to go live a lot from the garage where you do your shipping and your storage. So what you do, you created like a little office, and then you do certain, like I see behind you have totes.
That means the garage is too full.
That's all the eBay stuff Jacob's listed, all that eBay over there.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you, Scott
can't fit in the garage.
I guarantee you, Scott has totes in every single room in his house. No?
Mm-mm.
Joni will light a match.
This is all in the house.
I mean, but it's actually very indicative of how this lifestyle can take over your life. I mean, you can very easily have shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So you have to be very disciplined in what you buy and how you're going to store it. And I mean, Jason and I agonize over this. Before we buy something, we figure out how we're going to sell it, what the price we're going to get, how we're going to ship it, how we're going to store it, what all the costs involved, and then what's the actual net to us before we even make a buy. And it takes a lot of work sometimes. It could take days to figure all that stuff out. I mean, the lot that we picked up this last weekend for Jason, you agonized over that for weeks of what's it really worth? What's the method for shipping it? What's the safest method to get it to the customer? How much is it going to cost? I mean, you're roughly about $3 in shipping costs before you even talk about shipping. It's $3 in supplies.
$3.20. Yep.
Yeah. Get it when you buy stuff, get it down to that tiniest little penny, and then know whether or not it's worth buying. Mm-hmm. If you don't do that part of the business, if you don't break it down to that point, at the end of the day, you're going to lose money. You're going to wonder, why did I make as much as this? Because I didn't realize it was going to cost me this much. When I sell a postcard, I know it's going to cost me a postcard sleeve, an eBay mailer, or another mailer that matches it. How much it's going to cost to ship it for me. Where am I going to store it at? I have storage. Not everybody has storage. So do you have to buy storage, shoe boxes, whatever? And that all has to be factored in. And then now how much can I make on it? Because when you take in offers on items, how much does it cost to take an offer on an item? Can I sell it for $5? Am I charging too little for shipping? I sell slides. I lose money on every slide I sell as far as shipping costs. But because my cost to buy was like 10 cents, if I charge $3.45 shipping and it cost me $3.80 in shipping cost, who cares? Because I only paid 10 cents for it.
Well, you're making up in the multiple purchases too.
Yeah, because I have some guys will buy 8 slides. I have one order right now that came in for 6 slides. Okay, that's fine. I sold 6 slides for $5, $6 a piece. It's going to cost me $3.50 to ship them. Who cares? But if you don't analyze your business that closely, you're going to fail or not make as much money as you should have made.
Basically, you got to know your numbers.
It's what it boils down to.
That's any business, though.
Yeah,
It is, but most
it's
people try to.
101, but like Eric said, most people don't.
They don't think of eBay as a business. Run it as a business. Be ruthless with your numbers. You know, when we sit down, we see auctions. We're like, man, I love to buy that. It doesn't make financial sense to buy it because it doesn't hit our number where we need to be. Like buying a postcard lot. Boy, that's 1,000 postcards. That's really good. Oh, it's 60 cents a postcard. That's not worth buying. I got to be under 50 cents to make it worthwhile for me to buy. You know,
Hey,
it's
Pat,
guns.
I was gonna hang out with y'all longer, but then I got high, so I gotta go.
All right, man. I'll see you.
Hey, Scott, thanks for we're going to cut the show pretty soon anyways. We're at 2 hours, but I do appreciate everyone that has stopped on. What any plans for you want to share with over the holidays you're doing that?
No.
Are you going to do auctions the next 2 weeks still, or what's going on?
Just next week, and we'll skip a week.
Okay. And you didn't do a live this past week. Are you going live next week?
Yeah, Joni had a colonoscopy. I had to take her.
Yeah.
Or I would have done it. I actually had it scheduled and I forgot, so I had to cancel it. Yeah, I'll be live too. I'll be live Wednesday.
Okay. Hey, don't forget what I asked you to do.
All right, I'll take care of it.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you.
Later, Scott.
We're going to close it up in a couple minutes. I just want to talk about what you guys are doing in the next 2 weeks and what quick just wrap up what your plans are for next year. We'll start with Goose. Goose.
What plans?
Yeah, what are your plans? Are you going to be
Next
doing?
week?
What are you? You're not doing any YouTube videos. Come on here. What are you doing?
You said my plans next week. Is that what you're asking?
Your plans over the next 2 weeks. Are you having holidays? What are you doing?
Yes, I have. What's the new name? Life of Kimberly. Coming to Texas next week.
Why would you hanging out with Kimberly so much? I don't understand.
She's coming in next week, so we'll have Christmas together.
Oh, that's good.
That's awesome.
The week of Christmas.
The reselling.com partners program does work.
And don't forget, Goose, you still, and don't give me no bullshit that you're not going to be meeting me at Disney World again, because you are going there.
It's happening.
They told me I wasn't welcome back.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're
You
gonna
have to see the other parts of it.
Yeah. Stop being a stick in the mud. You told
What
me
is it?
you told me 2 years ago I was a stick in the mud.
And you did.
And then I went to Disney with you and Kimberly and your son, and we had a great time.
Well, that was
I don't think I'll be going back.
That was only one day. Hey, if anyone gets a chance, I'm going to wrap this up in about 2 minutes. Go over and check out Warcraft Ohio show. He's going to be talking about cards. I just want to show my support to him. He was over and hung out with us tonight. So we're going to be cutting this off in about 2 minutes. Kimmy, thanks for stopping.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. You have a good time with Goose. Eric and Jason, I'm hoping that we can do this a little bit more often, even if we only do it once every 6 weeks. But I do appreciate you guys coming on the show and always being supportive of me.
I was thinking 6 months, but we'll see.
The more I drink, the more I talk. So, you know,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm about that far in the bottle. So,
Hey, Todd, welcome. Thanks for stopping in.
Todd?
Yeah. Donna, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Hey,
it is
Donna,
what it is. I mean, like I said, just work your business, people. Work your business. That's all you got to do. Just be dedicated to your to what you're doing, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So Donna sent me this jacket, everyone. So thank you, Donna.
Did she charge you?
No.
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
Everything.
Now I'm going to complain because I didn't get a jacket. All right, guys. Hey, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. This is the last live that I'm doing for this year, and I appreciate everyone coming by. And thanks for everyone that came on as a guest and the super chats. And I do appreciate the support. And I'll see you around, I guess. And I'll do some pre-recorded content, a couple more before the end of the year. But There'll be some new videos coming out. There's 3 videos coming out with Jason in January that we did, and
just Jason, not me.
well,
Okay, it's okay. Chopped liver.
Eric is in one of them, but Jason's in all 3. Yeah, because you didn't go to New York with us, Eric. You know.
Oh, I can't help the New York thing, but I did work for hours and hours and hours in a bent over van loading stuff. So yeah, it's all right.
I know. We busted our ass. Did you get any food money?
No, I chose to pay for gas and everything because Jason compensated me in a different way. So I'm very happy.
Well,
No. For the record, we're talking inventory. Just saying.
Yeah, let's get the show now. On that note,
he got some postcards.
It was a great privilege to go and actually visit a high-end auction house and make a great contact that's already paid off with, hey, we don't want to deal with that stuff. Let me give you to a guy who does buy that stuff. That's already paid off. So making contacts in this business is fantastic.
Oh, so you stopped at Ollie's too out there with the stuff.
Well, I'm dealing with the auction house. The auction house contacted us and said, hey, this lady's got some stuff she wants to sell. It's this type of stuff you buy. It's not big enough for us. Do you want in on it?
And Jason, what was it? What was the number? 850 went missing on the first load?
You mean the ones you broke?
Went missing. That's why I'm able to show people what it is. One crate went missing. So.
Yeah, and they were all the nude pinup ones.
Well, that may have been. We don't really know for certain. So.
All right, guys, have a Merry Christmas. I do appreciate it. And good night.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
That's right. You're damn right I did that. 8 down. 8 profiles. You hear him? You hear him? He's trying to talk smack on me and Cletus. What are you talking about? That was the highlight of the show. It got a little haywire. I'm not going to let somebody take me out like that. Not going to happen. I'm never going away, Patdees. Matter of fact, this show is going to go into watching Patdees. We're going to watch Patdees videos. We're going to make fun of them the whole damn time.